I don't know if it's your floral design background, but you are a styling sensation, girl. Like that is so good.
Hey guys, it's Shelby and Michelle with Farmhouse Living, and welcome back to our channel. We have another home tour, and we are with the Rosie home. Rachel, your home is stunning, and I'm so excited because I've stalked you on Instagram, as I do before home tours, but I feel like in real life, there's so much I was missing on Instagram, and I'm excited to share all the details.
Yes.
This is a new home. Tell us a little bit, how long have you been here, and did you make the floor plan, all the details like that.
So we've been here for 7 months since September. We moved in on September 15th. We just kind of decided we wanted to build a house, and so we wanted to move our businesses to where we lived, and so we left Arlington and we decided to kind of look at floor plans. We found one, and then we ended up customizing it with someone, and then we kind of went from there. So
How long was the build process?
We bought the land in 2021 in August, right before Rosie was born. And Rosie, it's obviously, this is named after Rosie.
Yeah.
And then we ended in September 2022, so a little over a year. So yeah.
That's great time.
And you said you wanted to live in this area and have space for your businesses. You're a floral designer.
Yes.
And you show that off on Instagram beautifully. I love everything you do. You have incredible gardens outside too. So we'll have to come back for a full outdoor tour.
We're gonna show.
We are?
Yes.
Usually we only get to do the inside and come back for the outside.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So today we're gonna do the main spaces. We're gonna touch on some exterior, and then your primary bedroom, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with the exterior.
Okay.
You have just classic board and batten white, but then you have this black in the middle. It's modern, but it's also really cozy. Like it draws you in. Were you afraid to go that bold?
I was at first because everyone on Instagram is very
I know.
opinionated on the black houses, and they were like, no, don't paint it black, it's gonna fade, or it's gonna be too hot in Texas. And I was like, well, I'm not painting my entire house black.
Yeah.
And I wanted just something different.
Yeah.
Just different than your everyday white farmhouse that you see, and I wanted a contrast. So
Yeah.
I was like, let's just do the front porch black, and it turned out great. We love it. So
It looks
Yeah,
so good.
and it has height. You say people think it's a two-story because you have an amazing vaulted ceiling with incredible skylights and bump out features. I love the dormers. It's absolutely stunning. And so from the outside, it does look like you would have a two-story home, but you come in and you've got this wow factor. I love it.
And your black frame windows, I feel like that is definitely trendy, but it's not going anywhere. I don't feel like the black frame windows, but what I feel like the cherry on top is the garage doors.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
when I drove up, I was like, I think we should tour the garage.
Right?
Yeah. And you have the garage, a 2-car garage, but you also have a workshop, which is also, is that 2 bays as well?
yes, yeah, it's extra large. Yeah.
And then do you do floral arranging in there, and then your husband also, you share, and he does Christmas lights?
Christmas lights, yeah.
Okay.
So that's his like storage area for all of his customers.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, well, maybe one day. Is it organized, or?
His part is not, but mine is. So if we wanted to peek in there, we probably could. So,
Okay,
yeah.
we might show you half. So stay tuned. Okay, so we'll come inside to the entryway. I love this vertical shiplap that's with the doors, and you have the herringbone. Is this brick or is it?
It is a faux brick, but it's more of like a tile, ceramic tile, but
Okay.
it has like that roughness to it, so it looks like brick.
Well, when we share people with brick floors, we get invaded with comments. How do you clean that? Are they
yeah.
easy to clean?
So they are a little more difficult to clean within the grout area, but it kind of makes it have character. That's kind of what you're going for. So I like it.
People will want to know what color the shiplap is. Like a little different than your wall color. So can you tell us about the colors you've chosen?
So the shiplap is Accessible Beige by Sherwin-Williams, and that wasn't my original plan. I was just gonna do white, just like the walls, and then they accidentally did it that color.
Oh.
And I was like, keep it, that's perfect.
Yeah. So were they doing it based on the cabinets?
So yeah, so my coffee bar is Accessible Beige as well.
Okay.
And I think they thought that we were just gonna keep that going, the painters.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, that was a great mistake because I love it. It's like an accent piece, and we kept it. It was perfect. So
yeah, it's amazing, and I love that you have a vintage piece. You've done really great at mixing modern and vintage, adding lots of character.
I love it.
Okay, so living room. This fireplace, is this like? This
Stunning.
It's your focal piece.
Yes.
And something I wanted to know, share was, so I was just drawn. My eye was drawn to your fireplace, but then I turned left, and I'm like, beautiful art. And it's your TV, which most of the time when people have this setup, they would put the TV over the fireplace, which I'm not knocking that, but this is the most realistic framed. I know it's the same, it's Samsung, it's not a different brand. I just think it's the placement and the light over it, and maybe it is your art choice as well.
Possibly, yeah.
The whole shebang, it's perfection. So talk about your choice, like the stone and cabinets and all of that.
Okay, so this was probably the hardest thing for me to decide on, just because it is like a main focal point, and I didn't want to be overly trendy, and I didn't want to be too basic with it. And so I was like, I'm envisioning a stone, but I don't know what type of stone. We went to a stone yard and just looked at a ton of different types, and I originally picked out a thicker one, and then it just I don't know. At last minute, I was like, I'm not feeling this. We can't do this. The thick stone is not going to do it. And so I went back to the stone yard, and then I found this thin slate looking one, and I was like, that's it. It's not going to go out of style.
Nope.
It's not going to be trendy. I'm not going to want to replace it. It's perfect. So we just decided that. Yeah, on the stone.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Everything you do is it's eclectic, but it's elevated, it's modern. What do you call your style? What would you say your style? You don't
have to have
a name, but sometimes people would say, well, I lean toward this or that.
I think I really lean toward a rustic modern.
Yeah.
But with vintage flair, if that's even a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. I love that you're not boxed in, and you just, it's
kind of go with the flow.
Yeah, that's perfect. Should we talk about the bathroom before we turn and go to the kitchen, since it's right there?
Yeah.
I'm teeing you up, Mom.
I thought she was like, wait, what?
Yes. I told you, it's casual.
I'm still looking at this stunning view and taking in the bookshelves alongside this incredible Colorado slate kind of a vibe. I just love that you've been able to put it all together in a way that makes sense, but it's very, very eclectic. So I'm
just admiring.
Yeah, just admiring. You go.
Okay, so let's talk about the guest bath.
Okay.
That is one of the spaces that you finished. You're not completely done with your daughter's room, and is there a guest room over?
Guest room and office.
Okay, so you're wrapping up those. Maybe
it takes time.
It does.
She's been here 7
months, you guys.
I mean, the fact that she opened the doors
amazing.
to us.
Yes.
All the people that told me no because they just built their house last year. I'm just joking. I love everyone I've asked to do tours. But you are an all-star for having it done and wrapped up. Even though there are still spaces, I mean, that's pretty incredible. I've been in my house for 2 years and I'm still working. But let's talk about your guest bath. You did some really fun print tile. Tell us about designing that space.
So that one, I kind of geared it towards, it is a larger guest bathroom. So I was like, okay, what do I do with all this space? But kind of towards kids, because we want to have another baby. So we have Rosie over there, and then for another child, I wanted to make it more fun.
Yeah.
So I kind of went with a more green color for the cabinets, and then a fun design for the floor that wasn't overbearing with design. It's pretty black and white, and then a little bit of gray. With that, I just wanted it to be just fun, really. I didn't want to kind of adhere to a style per se.
But I love that you did that, because that was definitely our guest bath. I was like, I want this to be fun for the kids. I want it to be bold, but also I don't want to have to change it in a year. So I made decisions that way. So I definitely leaned that way. Okay, so we got to go to the kitchen. So we're going to switch the camera view. Okay, so I love this layout with the dining room in the middle. It's like you can gather here, but also if there's overflow, hang out on the couch or your bar stools. Was this really a focus in your floor plan when you were designing this main space?
Definitely, yes.
And then there's no light fixture over the dining room.
Right.
So you do have flexibility if you wanted to kind of like move or change tables or. Where is your dining room table from?
We actually got it custom built by someone that makes them in the DFW. So
I was gonna say,
a lot of people ask me where it is, and I'm like, I'm sorry. It's custom.
Do they do woodwork?
Yes.
And so could we link to their?
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I can give the link.
Okay, I'll pop that up, because this is beautiful work. I love the color, and I can tell. I was wondering, because this is long. Normally, like.
Oh yeah, I couldn't find anything this long anywhere. I was like, I just need someone to build it.
And I love that the light floods in here. Do these doors open all the way up, or just the middle section?
Just the middle section will open all the way to the wall. Yeah.
But it's. I was wondering if they were like those bifolds.
Oh, yeah.
You see those.
We thought about those.
but this is still beautiful, letting all the light in and the triangle above. Okay, so we got to go to the kitchen. This was one space that I think, because Instagram is vertical, I wasn't getting a full picture of how stunning this kitchen.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing. So these are quartzite, you said.
Quartzite.
Yeah. And did you take a long time to decide what kind of stone you wanted, or did you know?
It took me a little bit, but it didn't take me long to find the quartzite I wanted, because everything with quartzite is just beautiful.
Yeah, it's our favorite.
Yes.
Just to let you know, we both
beautiful.
have quartzite in our home. I think yours is much more stunning than ours, but
I love this color, that it's got the warm tones and the cool tones.
Yes.
But it's also more, there's a lot of movement, but not too much, you know?
Yeah. And for those of you who don't know, quartzite is it's not a man-made stone. It's a stone that it's in the family of granite, but it's just a little bit stronger, and it mimics a marble.
So
You say?
Yes.
you can get the marble look without the stain of marble. I mean, I've spilled wine, coffee, everything.
I've done it all, but yeah. So, but what is the pièce de résistance in your kitchen is this amazing
vent hood.
A credible vent hood, and you can't see in the pictures as stunning as it is, because you've got this technique that you used. What is that called?
Like the plaster.
The plaster on
is that
it?
Oh yeah, the mudding. I can't remember the exact. Oh, it's a heavy trowel.
It looks like plaster, but it's just drywall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So
I know.
cost-effective way to get a plaster-looking hood is just heavy trowel.
So did you help your contractor to figure out how to do that, or?
Well, the drywallers, they already know how to do a heavy trowel. So when I was looking into just doing the drywall on the vent hood, I was like, well, I want it to be different. I want it to kind of look like concrete, but not fully, because I don't want it to go out of style or crack, because it is very trendy right now, the concrete look. But I was like, I feel like drywall would be perfect. So they just did it, and it was perfect, and I changed the paint color, and it was great.
What is the paint color?
It's the same color as the entryway.
Okay.
Accessible beige.
It looks different with that trowel.
It does.
It looks like a darker, deeper, richer color, which is so cool. Yeah.
Okay, and then you did the quartzite up on the backsplash on this side, and then you did like a Chloe. Is this Chloe? What is
this one? Is called Ivory Flash by Arizona Tile.
Okay.
So it's very similar.
Very similar. Yeah. But really pretty, because it's the tone on tone with some variations, so it flows really well. But I love that you mixed up your backsplash. No, but I love how you styled your open shelves. That's a challenge sometimes. Do you use these things, or is all your functional items in the drawers and in storage?
I use these, yeah.
Okay.
I use the glassware mostly. A few of the more delicate china bowls I don't use, but for my coffee bar, I use all of the stuff on there because it's like a wine bar, coffee bar mix. And then I do use all of these on this first shelf.
Yeah.
I love that the wine bar is open to everything.
Yes.
Well, I was going to say, so your coffee bar, your coffee wine bar, I love that. I have one as well, but mine's not in a dedicated area. When you were doing the floor plan, were you really focused on I love that it's in a niche.
Yeah, I wanted it to kind of just be separate, like a little bit off from everything else because I didn't want it to kind of like clash.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make it unique looking, different paint.
Yeah.
And so it worked out really well.
But you can still see it.
Exactly.
That's what's so cool about
Yes.
it. And so you've done a great job with that.
Do you like your cafe espresso machine? Okay, it's really pretty. Sometimes appliances are just for looks.
Just pretty, but these work really well.
I bought Mom a drip maker for Christmas, so and you like it, right?
I love it.
And it's pretty.
Yeah, I think cafe appliances are stunning and functional, and they work really well.
Yes.
So
yes.
And she has the fridge and the
All of the things.
dishwasher.
all the things.
All the things. Okay, any other things let's talk about lighting. Can you give us sources for lighting?
So these lights are by Savoy House.
Oh, yeah.
And this one's called Austin, I believe.
Okay.
And it was so hard to choose island lights just because of the vaulted ceiling.
Yeah.
Every light I chose didn't have a chain. So with the vaulted ceiling, you have to have a chain.
Yes.
And so I wanted to do something that was unique, but also kind of went with the flow of like the appliances.
Yeah.
So the bronze and the white just kind of helped it all flow together.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is a great example on how to effectively mix metals. You've done a great job.
Absolutely. Yeah. Even in your family room, living room space, you have the mixed metals, and it's seamless. They just flow. Everything flows together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for more sources on this house, you do have an LTK, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So you can head right there. I will link that in the description and in a pinned comment. And if you want photos, those will be on the blog, where you can also, the LTK will be linked, so you can peruse all. And as you change things, and because I'm sure you probably change things more than, every now and then.
Yes.
Well, I will say I need you to come to my house and style my shelves. I don't know if it's your floral design background, but you are a styling sensation, girl. Like that. That is so good. It's so good.
Can you put that in your Instagram bio?
Yes, styling sensation. Your title.
Yes. Okay, and let's talk about your mudroom while you're here. That's a really cute space. I love that you added more contrast with black cabinets. And I think it's beautiful and wonderful. Are you getting a lot of function out of that, having a drop spot?
Yes. Shoes, diaper bag, my purse, jackets. It's not usually that clean.
I was going to say,
it's full.
Yes. Well, it looks amazing. Okay, let's go to your primary bedroom and show that off. Okay, so your primary suite is amazing, and we came in and we just couldn't stop talking about the color on the wall, and I know that's going to be a comment, so go ahead and share about the color.
The accent wall is Evergreen Fog by Sherwin-Williams.
It's so good.
And it's perfect.
It's so good. It kind of comes off a little blue, and now I'm over here and it comes off a little green. It's like
so that might be something that you would look at if you were going to paint an accent wall. That color is what it does in your light, but in your light it's really perfect.
Yes, magical. And I love it like with the gold, and you have a lot of gold in here, and I want to talk about the sconces on both sides of your room are amazing. So where are these from?
That was actually an Amazon find, and they're LED, so they're not like hardwired into the wall.
Okay.
I didn't want something permanent because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna always love it. So Amazon, I have those linked too. So.
Okay, and then what about these?
And then the candle sconces are from CB2.
which I'm getting on and ordering them as soon as we leave.
I know. I was trying to think,
So
where do I
cute.
have to do that? I feel like
So
maybe over
cute.
my fireplace or something.
They're darling. Yeah, that would look great.
Can I? Is it too much?
No, those would be never
too much.
be too much. But I also love, this is not easy for everyone to pull off a gallery wall because I've tried multiple times and I just take it down and then I try to put it back up again with various things and then I take it down. And I finally decided I'm scrapping the gallery wall. But I do love it when someone does it well, and this is perfect. So where do you find your art pieces?
So these art pieces are from Etsy, and they sell them like in a bulk of like 20 different designs. And then you kind of get the file. And then I sent the files, like when I saved the photos on my phone, I uploaded them to a website that does the frames, and then they just kind of did them for me.
What's the website that does the frames?
It's called Frame It Easy.
Frame It Easy.
Wow.
Is on Etsy, is it like North and Finch or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah,
actually.
I've seen it and I'm like, where can I put a gallery wall?
I did not know that they put those together for you. That's great. I might do a big gallery wall.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll happen.
Yeah,
That's
if
amazing.
you're afraid, that's a good option. They've done all the legwork for you. And this looks so collected. Like you would never think
Right.
this. I thought you went
Exactly.
to estate sales and
Which I've done
Round
before.
Top. Yeah.
I love your rug. Is it vintage?
It is. It's a Turkish rug, and it's by Revival Rugs.
Oh, we love Revival.
I love Revival. And I love the blues. This is good. And then vintage piece here.
And that was from a neighbor at my old house. They just gave it to me, and I was like, sweet.
So good. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
and a beautiful big mirror in
Mirror, I
the
was gonna
corner. And so, I mean, sweet little desk area and
Perfect for a quiet time.
yeah, it's just awesome. Tell me though, real quickly about your window placement. I know, you know, that's kind of a bold move to have windows all around, but you're in the country, and so it's a great view from the bed. And so I love that you've done windows everywhere on the side of the bed. Was that intentional for the view?
It was, yes. I wanted, when we first decided to build a house, me and my husband were like, we want windows everywhere. And so that was obviously a huge thing. So we had two, and then we wanted to be able to switch our bed over here if we ever wanted to. And so I pushed one to the corner and just did a double. And instead of putting one right in the middle of this wall.
I was thinking that because my window kind of boxes in where our bed is, and I wish you could kind of move it around. So that was smart too.
Yeah, it's great to intentionally build with thought for later like that. And another thing about your windows is you have both a black frame in the front and you have white frame in the back. So you can do that. And are they consistent on the outside, everything?
Oh, everything on the outside is black frame. Yeah. And then the main great room is the black inside.
Were you doing that? Did you save money doing that?
I did.
Yes.
Very expensive.
But it looks good too because you
yeah.
have like white and cream linens and so the white I think is better.
It's perfect in here.
So.
Yeah, so if you're building, that is a tip that a lot of people have given, is mixing up your windows. So not every single window on the inside has to be exactly the same. I probably would keep all the bedrooms white if you were doing that, but that saves a lot of money. My friend just got a bid and it was double to go all black on the inside.
Yes.
It's wild. What is different? It seems like
It's whatever's popular, they can upcharge you. It's for weddings, you know, or babies or windows.
On demand.
Yeah. It's crazy. Okay, well, let's talk about this door and then talk about your primary bath because, I mean, on Instagram, that was what stopped my scroll first. And then, of course, I went to the rest of your home, and I was like, oh my gosh, please, Lord, let her be in Dallas. And you were. So that's kind of how I find home tours, if you're wondering. Like, I just scroll, and I'm like, where are you located? But this door, is this, did you get this locally?
Actually, so with our door frames, they're all 8 feet, and so it's extremely hard to find an 8-foot sliding door.
Okay.
And so we scoured the internet, and it was on Wayfair. So yes, and so we got an 8-foot door, and we just had it delivered, and then the builder obviously installed it.
Yeah.
But it was very hard to find on their building, like contractors' sites, an 8-foot sliding door like this one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was metal and black. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
great.
let's talk about your primary bath. So this is like probably the most people are most excited right now about it. That's kind of how Instagram goes, is people get real pumped up about one space and then they move to the next. But this one is hot right now, and I can understand why. I'm not confused why it's so popular. I want to talk about how your bath is in front of your shower, and also you have a sitting area.
I do.
Which I saw was kind of controversial in the
It was.
So
Why would a sitting area be controversial?
I don't know.
we don't know. So sometimes people just have to have something to comment about. It's just, but
I mean, that would be fun to just sit in your bathroom.
well, when you have a view like this, you really want a spot to sit everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like, I would
Everywhere.
want to
Yes.
like drink coffee over there, over there, over there.
Exactly.
Like go to my wine bar, go to my coffee bar, whatever time of day it is.
Yes.
And you have this like propagation station on the wall. Like that is such a cute, dedicated spot. But let's talk about the layout of your bathroom.
Okay.
Did this take a lot of planning and kind of brainstorming?
Yes, it did, because I just didn't know how the bath being right front and center would flow to the shower. And we didn't want to build a wall and make like where the glass wall is and make it feel so closed in.
Yeah.
And so we were like, well, what if we just did a pure glass wall all the way up?
Yeah.
And so it really helped with the flow and the openness that it has. So it did take a while.
The windows in the shower too, so you just, it draws your eye
Yes.
all the way through with the glass and then the windows. That was really, really a great idea.
Yeah, I love that. And I love your shower head. Can you tell us where it's
Yes, it's from Kingston Brass.
Okay.
Yep. And so I have all those linked. They have a bunch of different places you can buy it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we have a couple of those fixtures in our house as well. Okay, I just need to make sure I don't have any. Okay, and more cute, like, candlestick situations. Yeah, those are the moments where, like, I need to take, like, okay, I'm going to add this here and add this here.
I know the word moment is overused right now. I feel like it is, but in this case,
It's a Mom hates when I say that's a moment.
Well, you know, it's when you go in, that's a moment, that's a moment. But you do have a lot of what I would really consider a moment.
Yeah,
Moments.
it is. Like, I just want to, like, take it in. You know, a lot of people, when we see that, there's these very dedicated vignettes, it's more of, like, that cottage, vintage feel. We do a lot of different styles. We do modern, we do vintage, like, anything in between. And your house has a very modern feel, but then all of this, like, cozy cottage, like, moments all around, and you're like, I gotta take it all in.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'll be going through footage later and be like, oh my gosh, like, I forgot about that. I forgot, you know? And so I love that. Well, I want to talk about tile because people are going to ask about tile. Talk about sourcing the tile and also grout color because people normally have questions about that.
So the tile is also Arizona tile. That was a big one we chose for all around. They just seemed to have all of the ones that I wanted.
Okay.
But the name is Concerto, I believe.
Okay.
And then the grout is like a very, very light gray. I think it was called like light cotton or something.
Okay.
It just helped with that starkness of the white, and you could actually see every little movement in the tile.
Well, and I feel like that's going to stay clean. It's not going to look
dirty. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And then your chandelier over the tub. I love that. Where is that from?
That's also a Savoy house find.
Okay.
And I forgot the name.
It's okay.
You have it on your Like It to Know.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's dreamy. It's perfect, and I understand why it is a Instagram favorite. We passed your laundry room and we didn't talk about it. So do you want to talk about your laundry room and
And the powder bath.
In the powder bath.
Oh yes.
But I just want to
So cute.
Well, how functional that is right by your primary bedroom.
Yes.
So talk about the design.
So the design, I wanted it to obviously be easy to get to. And then we have a pocket door into our master closet. So that's also really easy to kind of move laundry in and out. And then in there, I went with kind of like an all modern feel. I did all black cabinets, black hardware. So it's like black on black, quartz counters, and then a really cool hexagon floral tile. Just for a laundry room, I just felt, well, I'm just going to go all modern with this.
Yeah.
And it was different and fun. So
I love it.
Yeah, I went from there.
And the powder bath, tell us about that.
The powder bath, I was able to have a little more fun with just because it's small.
Yeah.
And then I did a black hexagon tile, which I'm still a little bit meh on because it's really hard to clean.
It's so hard to clean.
But it's cool.
Yeah.
And then I did an accent wall behind the mirror of a triangle tile.
Mm-hmm.
And then I added in a floating counter. So it's like a wood floating counter with a vessel sink on top and then a vintage gold faucet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything's amazing. So is there anything like you regret in your building or wish you had done that you didn't do? What was that building process like?
I wish I would have added a window to the powder bathroom because I cannot document it well.
Okay.
It's really dark.
Yeah.
And then no black tile.
Yeah.
But I still like the way it looks. It's just kind of like a,
Hard to clean.
yeah. And then any other regrets? Maybe making this hallway slightly longer.
Okay.
Just so my powder bath isn't right on top of my master suite.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
really it.
What is your favorite thing you did?
Favorite thing was going with my gut on stained cabinetry.
Okay.
A lot of people are like, don't do stain, just paint. I was like, no, I want warmth.
Yeah.
I want warmth. I don't want a modern house that feels sterile.
Yeah.
And that one, I think I'm most proud of sticking with my gut on that.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what's your favorite thing?
I love the kitchen and the vent hood. I love that plaster. I also love the fireplace, which is it. Usually I like earthy, big, chunky stone, but that more clean slate is just stunning because it goes all the way to the ceiling. So the fact that those two things mirror each other and call to one another on either side of that long, beautiful room is my favorite.
Yeah.
Good job.
My favorite is not inside, and all I can see is through the window. It's your garden.
Really?
It's so sweet. I just can imagine spending time out there, and I feel like that is like the most precious. I don't know. There's just something about that that's sweet. Okay, can I show footage? We don't have to go out there at this very moment, but of your workshop over there.
For sure.
And I want you to plug your florals. I mean, I want to talk about that. I love watching your stories and your arrangements. And so tell us a little bit about how people can contact you for florals.
Yeah, so my business name is Alba Dahlia Floral. It's kind of hard to say. A lot of people get confused about the name, but it means white dahlia. So dahlia is our favorite flower. And then I do mostly weddings and events, but I will do like a few pickups here and there. I host floral workshops, so I teach them to people just kind of wanting to figure out how to make them at home.
Yeah.
And do a lot of like Mother's Day workshops, Christmas wreaths, just all year round. And I want to start doing them more now that we're here.
Yeah.
But basically, I've been doing weddings for about 8 years now total. So if you're in the DFW, you need wedding flowers.
Yeah, they're so pretty. I feel like very whimsical.
Yeah, that's my style for sure.
I love the
garden.
layered look. Yes, garden. Yeah, I was going to
style.
say, like, your garden, when I saw your arrangements, I was like, oh my gosh, if she clips those out of there, I'm just
Yes, I'm going to. When they bloom. Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Okay, so tell everybody where to find you, even outside of flowers, like on Instagram and all of that.
So my Instagram is The Rosie Home, and then I have a wedding Instagram, Alba Dahlia Floral, and then I also have a TikTok as The Rosie Home as well.
Okay.
And then I just got on YouTube.
Okay, well, I think you need to do floral tutorials.
Yes.
And I will link your YouTube, but everybody go spam her because I feel like that's encouraging.
Yes.
Encouraging that. I want to know how to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so close us out, Mom.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. And we love everything about the home, and we hope that you guys will like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, those who love inside and outside.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in this section, you will find your next home tour because we have lots of home tours. And have an amazing day, guys. Bye.
Bye.